In this experiment, we're going to see what it means to be at equilibrium, or when a system reaches equilibrium, what are the characteristics? Two large beakers, the one on the left is full of water, a little bit of blue food coloring so we can see it more easily, and then the one on the right is empty. We each have a small 250 milliliter beaker, and what we're going to do is we're going to dip the small beaker into the large one and then transfer over to the opposite beaker. So let's go ahead and do that. Obviously, you don't have any in yours, so there's nothing to transfer, but we'll go ahead and do that anyway. Now we go again, and this time there's a little bit of water in your large beaker, so you can get a little bit out. We transfer, and we're going to keep going. Notice I can always fill my beaker up. And yours is getting, well, almost half full now. Notice the level in the large beakers. The left one, the level is going down. The right one, the level is going up. We're going to keep going. I'm still filling my small beaker up for every transfer, and maybe spilling a little bit. Now, how are you doing? You getting full beaker? Not quite. We're getting close, okay. Mine's full, yours is almost full. Let's keep going a little bit farther. Ah, we're getting close. Again, the levels in the big beakers are changing, but ever so slightly now, because we're almost transferring the same amount. Now, we're just about at the point where we're transferring the same amount. And let's keep going. When we do get exactly the same amount, a full 250 milliliters, we'll notice a couple of characteristics about this system. We have reached equilibrium now, and the rate of the forward process, left to right, 250 milliliters, is the same as the reverse process, right to left, 250 milliliters again. The other thing to notice, the other characteristic of this system, is that the levels in the big beakers are no longer changing. So that again is a system at equilibrium. And we could stay here all day, go another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, minus what is spilled, and the levels in the big beakers would not change. Now this is a dynamic equilibrium. The forward process and the reverse process are still going on. Now if we stop here, there's one other characteristic of a system at equilibrium which is pointed out by this, and that's that equilibrium does not mean equal amounts. Notice we're at equilibrium, forward rate, reverse rate the same, levels in the big beakers no longer changing, but that does not mean we have equal amounts of water in the two big beakers. They're clearly different. This is a demonstration of equilibrium, where we start with two large beakers with equal amounts of water. Some blue food coloring so we can more easily see the levels. What we're going to do is dip our smaller beakers into the large beakers and get as much water as we can. Now you'll notice in this case, mine is 600 milliliters and yours is 250 milliliters. So let's go ahead and do that. And of course in the first dip we can both fill up our beakers entirely and we'll transfer over to the other side. The next dip, same thing. Mine's basically full up, yours is full up, and we'll keep going. Now notice the levels in the large beakers are changing. Mine's going down, and in fact now I can't get a full 600 milliliters to transfer. And as mine continues to go down, I get less and less. Meanwhile, you still get a full 250 milliliters every dip. And well, I've got about 350 or so in that one. Yeah, about the same. There's going to get a point here where we are going to transfer equal amounts. And we might be at that point very soon. By the markings on the side, I'm between 250 and 300. Not that those are accurate, but they're probably fairly close. And now we're to a point where we're pretty much transferring the same amount of water in each transfer. And this system has reached equilibrium. Characteristics of an equilibrium: the rate of the forward and reverse processes are equal. So the amount of water we're transferring forward and reverse is equal. And another characteristic is the levels of the large beakers are no longer changing. But again, please notice, equilibrium does not mean equal amounts in the large beakers. In fact, mine has much less, yours has much more.